A class that has gone through the perilous trials of COVID, but made it. A class that has gone through the storms of asynchronous learning, but made it. A class that has gone through the casual yet sometimes consistent bouts of laziness, but made it. And you know what, class of 2027, you will continue to make it, and make it, and make it, and make it. As long as you stand strong in your beliefs and firm in your convictions, you will continue to make it through and through. So like any great teacher, I will start my lesson with a question for you to ponder upon. What would you do to shake hands with tomorrow? If tomorrow could bring you all the money in the world, what would you buy? If tomorrow could bring you back yesterday, what would you do differently? If tomorrow gave you wings, how far would you fly? I love it. If tomorrow gave you a dream, would you pursue that vision? Class, I need you to understand, if you could shake hands with tomorrow, make sure tomorrow knows your name. Make sure tomorrow knows how much time you spent on the field. Make sure tomorrow knows how much time you spent studying. Make sure tomorrow knows how much money you saved. Make sure tomorrow knows how much money and time you invested. Because tomorrow is nothing but a reflection of what we did today. You can't wait for someone just to give you the option. You have to be able to take that option. And yes, class, sometimes seizing that opportunity to shake hands with tomorrow is not easy. Sometimes we want to sleep early and get up late. Sometimes we want to eat candy instead of eating vegetables. Sometimes we rather do tick of the talks instead of doing our class assignments and homework. But nevertheless, we all have the opportunity to shake hands with tomorrow. But the question for you is, would you be ready? Would you be ready? Would you be ready? And let me tell you, class, you are. It doesn't matter what happened last year, last month, or last Taco Tuesday. Just know you're sitting in this seat for a reason, and you deserve to be sitting in this seat. You have worked so hard and so diligently, and you should be very, very proud. Just continue pushing and fighting the good fight. An interesting note, I went online the other night to see what pushing really meant in the dictionary. It states there is a word, an adjective, that is marked by ambition, energy, enterprise, and initiative. Let me say that again. Pushing is an adjective that is marked by ambition, energy, enterprise, and initiative. So if you're willing to do what needs to be done, then do it. Class, say do it. Do it. Let me tell you. Are you willing to go further and farther than you've ever gone? Yes. Are you willing to press on the gas when others have already stomped on the brake? Yes. Are you willing to float when others have already drowned? Yes. Well, all this takes effort and the ability to push above your limits. Just know the mountains will shift, and sometimes the water will flood. But trust me, you are going to be fine. And it'll be all worth it in the very, very end. Believe it or not, class, you are already ready for these challenges. You are built different. This is your season. You are not the same. You are him. You are her. So you better keep walking in your purpose. But remember, while you're pushing, make sure you carry a solid education on your back. Because education is the building blocks of life, and life is the building blocks of education. Yes, sir. As it says in Proverbs 16:16. that having wisdom and understanding is better than having silver and gold. Nice and expensive things can be enjoyable, but there are few things in life that can never go out of style. Something more expensive than Gucci and Louis. Something more valuable than emeralds and pearls. Something that gets better with age but has no prevalence of time. And this class of 2027 is an education. And for those listening in this crowd, this message is for you. It's never too late to get that GED, that second degree. And believe it or not, it may not even come to a cost to you. It may just be F-R-E-E. But you have to be able to want it, crave it, and live for it. Listen, I'm not here to preach, and I'm definitely not here to teach, because after 180 days of teaching these students, Mr. A is officially tired, and I need my rest. Now, students and parents, I want you to listen very carefully. There is a chant that I taught the 8-2 cluster this year. The same chant that I taught last year. Oh, yeah. The phrase goes as follows, in which I asked the students interrogative, "You got my back?" And then the students say what you just heard, "I got your back." We do this until the spirit and momentum of learning something new resonates in their young minds. So as a graduating class, we're going to learn this chant together, so you can feel the power and unity of collaboration. But before we start, I want you students to know one thing. You are no longer 8-1. You are no longer 8-2. You are no longer 8-3. Y'all are just 8, and we are about to eat. So students, when I count to 3, you guys are going to say proudly, "You got my back." But wait. I'm not going to be the one to say, "I got your back." Parents, guardians, friends, administration, staff, please stand up. Now, when these students ask you at the count of 3, "You got my back," I better hear with a boastful and proud sound, "I got your back." And we're going to do this 5 rounds. Does everybody understand? Yeah. All right, students, you're going to say at the count of 3, "You got my back." Y'all understand? Yeah. All right. And then parents, guardians, friends, administration, and staff, you're going to say, "I got your back." 1, students are going to start. 2, 3. You may sit. You may have a seat. You may have a seat.